Hello, beautiful beings. Mim from Mystic Pathways with a helping hand oracle reading. Big energies at the moment. We have got a full moon in Virgo coming up, as well as an eclipse, as well as other planetary alignments and just things heating up all around the world. And even maybe getting challenged on the personal front. That would not be unusual at times like this. So what can we do to help ourselves? And Spirit always comes through with amazing answers. So let's dive straight in with what would be the best mental practice for us to practice with these coming energies, please, Spirit. The best mental practice that's going to help us find clarity, ease and grace, peace of mind. Wouldn't that be nice? And it's doable and it's achievable. So with that in mind, Spirit, please, what is the best mental practice for these coming energies? Here we are. Take that one. Thank you. Clarify the cause. He who has a why to live for can bear almost any how. He who has a why to live for can bear almost any how. This is very true. Sometimes we think we've identified a problem when actually we're only looking at part of the picture and ignoring the root cause. Get to the bottom of your problem by following the why. For example, you might think the problem is that you're stressed, but stress is actually a symptom. To find a solution, you have to identify the cause. Write down the problem. Example, I am always stressed. Then write why. You might then write, I have too much to do. I call that like follow your breadcrumbs. With each answer, you ask another question until you unravel it a little bit more. Now ask yourself again why. Write the next answer down. Maybe it's because you aren't getting enough support. But that is a problem, a symptom of something else too. So once again, ask yourself why. Keep going until you've asked why at least 5 times and see what comes up. That is brilliant. And that's a practice I actually do often because I'm not perfect like everybody else. And I've got a big story that I've lived through and healed. But I can still be very cautious out there in the world. And my defenses can get triggered. And then that I react with that. And so I've got to look at that. I've got to look at that trigger and my reaction. Even if it is justified, yes. But it's in how then you deal with anything that's the telling. So clarifying the cause. Sometimes we think we've identified a problem when actually we're only looking at part of the picture, ignoring the root cause. And my spirit name is actually of why, which is spelled O-F-W-H-Y, because I'm always asking questions, because it's never black and white. And we forget that. And the mind can be so muddied that it confuses. So sometimes we do have to wait to be able to ask those questions as to, well, what's going on and why? What's my reaction to that and what causes that? And then what came to me the other day was what to care less about. And that's a really important thing to ask yourself. It's that serenity prayer about knowing what you can change and the courage to change what you can. And the ability to let go of what you can't and the wisdom to know the difference. And that is, where do you need to care less? Where is your attention and your focus going that's causing you an angst that it doesn't need to? It doesn't need to go there. Focus on something else. Focus on the solution. Always focusing on the solution. So clarify the cause is your mental practice for anything that's triggering with these current energies, which really gives you the power back to be able to transform your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings, your response, your awareness around something, expanding your understanding. That's always helpful. Thank you, Spirit. What is the best meditation for the coming energies? Oh, that might go back in. Oh, leap. We got that last reading. Okay. Trust. Sometimes things happen to us and we don't know why, and it's not until hindsight that you can look back and go, oh, that's why that had to happen. That sometimes our understanding of things changing or us wanting to leap or whatever it is we don't know the results or the outcomes or the whys, always asking why, till down the track. So you've got to trust, and it's your attitude that'll be the most telling of the experience anyway, is your awareness, your attitude, approach to it all. So with that in mind, is have that courage and leap. So in your meditations, if you get to a cliff, are you able to leap? Remembering this is just a meditation. It's not real. It's metaphorically. And if you can't, in your meditation, what are you afraid of? And that could be telling as well. So thank you, Spirit. What's holding us back from leaping? Thank you. Our own blocks. Clarify the cause. Thank you, Spirit. What is the best dharma practice? What is the best dharma practice for these coming energies? What's the best dharma practice, please, Spirit? What can we do with spirit in mind as we go about our mundane? Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry. That's beautiful. Defenselessness, riding past wrongs, uprooting. Oh, that's interesting, the uprooting bit. You know, and apologizing, because when, you know, there's always two sides to every story, and we're not always perfect. And so it's taking ownership of whatever part you've played, you could have played better. We can all do that, even to ourselves, doing that. So that's our literal spiritual practice in the mundane. And the card is, I'm sorry, and I'm having trouble finding it again. Oh, wrong book, that's why. Huh. They look so alike, by the same author, obviously. 78. So is there something that you need to say sorry to yourself for, or to someone else, or to something else? I'm sorry. We're living in divisive times. When we're hurt and triggered, we tend to see things as a personal attack rather than an opportunity for healing. If we're to find true peace and unity, we need to drop our defenses and see things outside of right and wrong. As souls, we intrinsically remember unity and yearn for it here on earth. Perhaps this is why it feels so painful when we experience the opposite. But it's crucial to remember that we can't simply bypass reality and pretend that unity, love and forgiveness are here, because it's not. We don't live in a utopia. We very much live in a dystopia. This is one of the greatest challenges for star seeds. And it's like, if we're in war, then it's our responsibility, or this is how I feel, our duty to practice peace then. Peace and harmony, love and kindness. It's so important to offset that balance and not give in to war, not give in to that divisiveness, but to hold that space. And I'm not talking for, oh, I'm not even going to go there, so don't worry. I'm not going to approach that. So to bring about unity, we must first acknowledge the ways in which both we and the world have been divisive personally, ancestrally, and collectively. The shadows, the hate, the wounds, the separation, the severing, wrongs, and sadness. It's all happened, it's all happening, and will continue to happen. You may be called to explore how you, your ancestors, or your society have, consciously or unconsciously, inflicted pain on others. To find a way to drop the armor around your heart and see things as they truly are for all people. To say I'm sorry with an open heart and mean it. To be part of the healing rather than the perpetuation, of inherited conflict or oppression. This isn't about blame. It's about unwinding the patterning that got us here. So true. And a lot of that has been deliberate as well. Because imagine if we were a collective that was in harmony. Oh, it would be a very different story to how we live. You may be called to devote your time to causes you believe in or do healing work on your ancestral line. And the question or the soul inquiry is, how are you being called to drop your defenses and unwind past wrongs? And that is the forgiveness and the forgetting. And it doesn't mean it didn't happen, and it doesn't mean you condone. That's different to justice. I mean, forgiving doesn't mean that justice isn't warranted. And they only forgive and forget only by stepping up with boundaries, even on your own behaviour. Forgiving is not the same as pardoning. I wrote that the other day, thinking about, self-forgiveness and forgiveness of others and how not to hold a grudge. I think will be our spiritual practice for this week is to keep shrugging that off and shaking that off anytime you want to hold a grudge, or you're holding negative thoughts, or you're just holding that kind of energy, is to let it go. Thank you, Spirit. That's going to be a beautiful spiritual practice to keep doing for these coming energies. Next question that's going to help us is, what is the best attitude to embody, please, Spirit? The best attitude to embody. Energetic shield. Well, that makes total sense to me. That's your boundaries. You don't come written with your boundaries in front of you. That's like an energetic field that you carry around you. And that's usually based on your values, your morals, your ethics, your principles. What you'll accept and what you won't accept, what you allow, what you don't want to allow. And it's very much a personal experience. When we said love in response to hate, we become spiritual alchemists. Wayne Dyer. It can be easy to pick up the energy of others when you are sensitive and empathic by nature. Sometimes this energy can be quite exhausting and draining to your own energetic body. Dear one, if you are sensing and picking up energy from another that holds ill intentions towards you, send them love. That is your best protection. When you send love in response to hate, anger, jealousy, envy, and more, you transmute the energy thrown at you into love or into harmony. It's just got nowhere to go. It just hits and dissolves, or hits and deflects, hits and reflects. But that energetic field, and that's where your boundaries come in, so that you can keep an open heart. And it's like, I can love you from a distance. I have a boundary up. So it doesn't matter what you're doing out there. My boundary's up. I can love you because what you're doing is not coming in. That's our attitude to adopt. Only through the authentic expression of unconditional love is healing achieved. If you respond with the mind and only wear the mask of peace and love, well, that's a vibration of frequency, and it doesn't matter. You can't hide it. You just can't. As the saying goes, what you resist will continue to persist. So the path of least resistance is indeed the path of unconditional love. So our attitude is boundaries up, open heart, can love you from a distance. And that just protects everybody. It's because nobody's perfect. This is the whole thing. It's like your field is your responsibility of what you're allowing in and what you're allowing to leak out as well. So we've got to put boundaries around ourselves, not just out there in the field for what's coming at us, but, you know, what we allow to come out of us as well. Thank you, Spirit. Then what is the best approach to adopt for these coming energies? Thank you. I love that. That's very sovereign, especially with the yellow being the solar plexus, which is your will. And just being at peace, coming within, holding your energy, holding your space, being responsible for yourself. So what's the best approach then? It's that one. Let go. Absolutely. Leap, let go. I think that's pretty much it. Self-explanatory, but let's have a look because it's quite a dark image on the card. Let go. This is the approach. If you have drawn this card, it's time to relinquish your need for control and release your tight grip on how you think the world and everyone in it should be. Oh, how true is that for me? Wow. Letting go is an emotional, spiritual, physical, and mental process of releasing yourself to the universal spirit of love. It's giving up your need to control the outcome of every situation and the control of the people you hold most dear. This period can be challenging in many ways, and Spirit asks you to have faith. Have faith that the universe will guide you and send forth the outcomes that are needed for your journey. So relax. The attitude or the approach is to go softly, gently, boundaries up, open-hearted, let go. Again, let go of grudges. Even, you know, let go of your own negative self-talk, of belittling yourself. Let that all go. Find the cause. When you start to find that cause, you can shift into a different mindset that then shifts your frequency. It changes your whole attitude, changes your body. That sends out a vibration, a signal to the universe. Your life experiences reflect back that what you are putting out. That's how it works. And what's at the heart of the matter? With these coming energies, that's going to need to be acknowledged. Please, Spirit. Oh, spider. That was very quick. And many years ago when I was working with spider energy, it was a lot about the solar plexus again with the yellow and unweaving webs that were woven by other people's beliefs, influence, genetics, whatever it is. It's unweaving all those other webs and learning how to weave your own web from your own threads and creating that. So we'll see what the book says. At the heart of the matter. 43, spider. And the key word is weaving. If Spider has dropped from her web into your cards today, she may be telling you to create, create, create. Look for new alternatives to your present impasse. She can also be warning you that you are coming too close to an entangling situation. Spider could be asking you to use a journal to write out and review your progress. If you do this, you will not forget how you are creating a new or different phase in your life. Spider brings a message of a different kind when she sees you becoming a bit too involved in the weaving of your life plans to notice opportunity at the outskirts of your web. If this is the case, Spider gets your attention so that you notice that something you have woven has borne fruit. Congratulations! Spider caught you just in time before you missed the opportunity on the edge of your web or reality. The most important message from Spider is that you are an infinite being who will continue to weave the patterns of life and living throughout time. Do not fail to see the expansiveness of the eternal plan. That's at the heart of the matter, and that's so true, and that's beautiful. I finished writing out a process last night, which has really helped me shift through a trigger for me that was really quick. And writing it out, I can go back to that next time and remember, and then be able to move through the process again quicker. And the more you do that, the more it becomes the norm, where that is just going to be your natural response to things. It's all about the practice. So weaving our own webs, isn't that beautiful? And remembering the bigger picture. This is just man's woes that we are living. Thank you, Spirit. So what is the healing code then? That's going to help us with these energies, please, Spirit. The healing code. That's going to help us with these energies. What's going to be the best practice? Boundaries. Ah, that's so in sync, isn't it? Don't know if that actually needs reading, but it is number 50. Beautiful picture. I might read what it says about the picture. Let's have a look. A woman holding a peacock stands next to a distinctive boundary. Notice the maidens on the other side of this boundary. The presence of the maidens may signify the level of commitment you have towards your new resolve in your self-care. Wisteria is draped around the background. Wisteria represents a time of learning. It is important to put yourself first. Your true friends and family will respect the boundaries you put in place. That's beautiful. Like I said, boundaries, you can keep your heart open, because as you know what to let in and what not to let in, and what you'll accept and what you won't accept. Thank you for the confirmation, Spirit. What is what needs to be articulated? The aspect of ourselves that needs to be articulated, that's maybe rattling around in the old mental plane. Sorry about the camera. That needs to be articulated. Ooh. The devil. Ha. Temptations. Inhibitions. Blocks. Interesting. So that's what needs to be articulated. What are we hiding from ourselves? Absolutely. What are we tricking ourselves with? What are we ignorant about? The devil is number 15. It's about temptation, inhibitions, blocks and fears. So what needs to be articulated are any fears or having to hold back. And we are in a Mercury retrograde, so no rash decisions either. Letting go of suspicions. Feeling restricted. And it's not all negative, the devil card. It could also indicate that you're gaining control, or at least awareness of your weaknesses or addictions or your challenges. Because that's, again, clarify the cause. Identifying is what needs to be articulated. You need to ask those questions. Why? May need to reevaluate relationships to material things. It's essential we learn that possessing things cannot bring us fulfillment. and consider your own motives. Again, that comes back to clarifying the cause. If you're are being triggered and you know your addictions are up in the field and you may be smoking more, drinking more, partying more, having more something, whatever it is, there's a root cause to that. And the more you avoid it, well, the more it's just going to control you. So softly, gently starting to face what could be underneath that, what could be the root cause. That'll help you heal. That'll help you change, and help you then change your life experiences. Thank you, Spirit. Put that over there. What animal, Spirit, is here to guide us, please, Spirit? What animal, Spirit, is here to guide us with maybe how to, why to, what to? But what animal can we work with at this time? The self. I believe that's water. Water spirit. So maybe getting into more baths. Getting into more water bodies, or maybe there's rain coming. How to then work with it. Oh, I'm so wrong. Air spirit, not water. Air. Oh, the mental plane, of course. If you have chosen this card, you could be feeling the need to release your inhibitions. Oh, and that comes back to the devil card. Stuff going on there in the mental realm. Or explore more of your creativity. That could be a way, is learning how to express those fundamental core, I don't know, core aspects of yourself that feed the addictions or need the addictions to suppress it. It's finding another way to express it. And maybe art is a great way to express that. You know, get a canvas, get some paint and just get on there and make something. You could be inspired either by your dreams or synchronicity to explore or create something. You could be connecting more to the spiritual powers and properties. Self is a sign that you could be drawn to buy something new that innates beauty and majesty, and yet this card talks about not having that kind of addiction to material things. By choosing self today, a doorway opportunity has appeared for you to make a divine connection to your guardian angel, to release a painful issue of feeling from your heart. Self brings through the magical healing properties created by the air and the fairy/angelic realms, to grant a wish to create resolution or positive change in your life. Watching the sunset or dawn break will also bring about great fortune and positive outcomes. Isn't that beautiful? So I think the guide it's going to be our one of our guides we're working with. In your meditations, leap, communicate with the air, with the angels. Not that I talk about angels or the fairies, but to me it's more like your higher self, your higher aspect, and that's in the mental realm, that's in the air. It's not in the visible world, it's in the mental world. So meditating, when you close down and you go within and tuning into your auric field, your energy around you, the higher consciousness, the higher chakras above you, around you, into the airspace, and see what you can connect to. Air energy. Interesting. Air spirits to work with. Well, yes, of course, and especially if you're looking for clarity of mind, asking your air spirits to help you find that, to blow away the fog, the mist that's causing you not to be able to see clearly. That's another way to work with air spirits. The last card is what crystal energy that will help us with ease. Please, Spirit, which crystal will help us with ease through these energies. Any of these challenging times that will help us find peace and harmony, courage and motivation, laughter and love. Absolutely. There we go. Kunzite and Hiddenite. Keyword joy and gratitude. Even the colours, pink and green. Spring colours. Alive colours. When they talk about free will and choice, the one thing that we actually do have free will and choice over is our thoughts and our choice of how we react and respond to anything. And the more you practice that will over your mind and over your attitude, the internal world, the more it does empower you. And you have more control. You have more maturity. You have more peace. You have more harmony. It's a beautiful crystal. Kunzite and Hiddenite have appeared as your allies to remind you of the power of joy and gratitude in your life. At the moment in which you experience these emotions, you're experiencing reconnection to the divine creator. Gratitude is the recognition of flow between you and the universe. When you express gratitude for your life and experience, you establish a flow of energy giving and receiving between yourself and the source of all things. This flow strengthens your sense of connection with all beings. Joy is the recognition of this inner connection. When you sense joy, you are experiencing the affirmation of the unbreakable bond between the creative force and the creation. While in the state of joy, you recognize the interconnectedness of all things and the beauty of the universe's love for you. Kunzite and Hiddenite are bringing to you the remembrance of your connection with Source and the celebration of infinite creation. Be grateful for your lessons, your life, and your creations. Give thanks to the universe for the opportunity to be a conscious being who is able to learn and grow and change. Celebrate the joy of being a spark in the divine's light on earth. Share this joy and thanksgiving with others, and soon the entire human race will be raised up to a new level of understanding and love. The affirmation: I give thanks joyfully for the gifts I receive, even the ones you struggle with. Interesting times and great advice to help us hold our own space with these coming energies. I hope this helps. Aho, amen. So